What's going on, Saints? Look, I'm back. Today I'm going to talk about this miracle that God performed to me and through me. And I want to share that testimony with you guys. But before we get into it, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. And here we go. Look, so 2 weeks ago, I got this gig to perform at a youth conference hosted by Rush Ministries at Liberty University. Liberty University is a Christian college in Virginia. So I was like, okay, cool, bet. If God wants me to go there and minister, I'd love to do that, right? So a week prior to the event, I was praying to God and just asking God, like, Lord, keep me humble. You know, I don't want this to be a place where like I'm glorifying myself. Like I want you to be glorified. And so the Wednesday prior to the performance, I performed on Saturday. I have this case called laryngitis, and it flared up. It's where your vocal cords get inflamed, and you can't sing at all. Sometimes you even lose your voice, or your voice just get hoarse. And so I was like, oh my gosh. And then I believe that night though, I had a dream where I was at the event and I was like going through sound check and whatnot. So I was like, so it seems like God is showing me in the dream that I am going to be at the event. But I was like in my mind, with the conditions that's happening, like I was like, but God, I can't sing. My voice is gone. But God was just reminding me, he's like, don't worry, you know, you're going to be at the event and I will be glorified. Right. And so I was like, wow. And then I just remembered, oh yeah, I prayed for God to humble me, and God was humbling me in that moment. And so anyways, so I did everything I could. I prayed. I asked friends of mine to pray. I even I heard a pastor once say this, is like, when I'm in need of a miracle from God, like I read the Bible verses that, talk about the miracles. And every time I read the verses that talked about miracles, every time he healed someone, it was always like, at the end, Jesus would always say, your faith has healed you. Your faith has healed you. And I was like, wow, so it's our faith that heals. It's our faith that moves mountains. It's our faith that saves us. We get the grace through faith. And so I was like, oh, wow. So I was like, okay, I got to believe this. I got to believe this. I got to believe this. And I even read Psalm 107 where it was like, it talks about people getting into all sorts of trouble, whether it's on their own fault or just situations, right? And every time it would say there, it's like, but they called on the Lord in distress, and He would deliver them from their distress. And I was like, wow. So every time you call on the Lord, He will come and deliver you from your distress. So I was like, okay, so I'm just having faith. I'm trusting that God is going to do it. God is going to do it. God will be glorified. And as the days went on, I also kept hearing another verse in my head where it was like, in my weakness, He is strong. In my weakness, He is strong. And God showed that, because by the time Saturday came and I did everything I could, I drank hot water, all the cough drops, everything, kept praying. I fasted a couple days. But I was like, God, you're just going to have to show up, but I believe that you're going to show up in a mighty way. And by the time I got to sound check, my voice was about 80 to 90%, good. I was like, wow. I was surprised. I was like, okay, I can hit these notes now. And then by the time I performed later on in that day, my voice was close enough to 100% where I was able to I was able to do my whole set. And I was like, I was just floored. And I was able to even share that testimony to the students that I was ministering to, singing to. I told them, like, I'm not supposed to be here right now. Like, I have this case called laryngitis that flares up my vocal cords, and it usually takes a week to 3 weeks to heal. And I was like, but I'm here right now because, God wanted me to be here to sing these songs to you, to minister to you guys. And I told them, like, it's not my strength. I'm not supposed to be here at all, but God's strength is showing through me right now. And He was glorified. I told him Jesus is going to be glorified today. And He was glorified that day. And I just told him, and it was just a powerful testimony. Like, I'm still in disbelief of what happened. My voice now, right now, look, I'm speaking. Like, it hasn't even been a week yet. It's been 5 days since I got my laryngitis flared up. And my voice is like, I'm speaking. I'm back to eating regular foods that I was avoiding, a couple of days ago. And it's miraculous. So if anyone ever tells you that God doesn't perform miracles today, heals us today, like, I'm a testament to that God still does it today. He is still the one that answers our prayers. and it's our faith that heals us. It's our faith that heals us. When we believe that God can, God will. You know, don't let the seed of doubt creep in. God says, Jesus says, even with a mustard seed of faith, we can move these mountains overseas. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. God is still a healer. God heals us today. He is almighty, all powerful. He deserves all the glory, all the honor, all the praise. Jesus is glorified. I pray this message and this testimony blessed you guys and encourage you guys to believe in that today, because you may be going through something in your life, but just know that when you call on the Lord, He will answer you and He will heal you. God bless you all. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.